Hi, Ken from Tanning Bed Repair Guide. I've taken you into my shop today, a bit messy, but what I'm going to do today is to remove the insulation of this cable in a careful way that ends up looking professional. And it's also what you call to strip a cable or strip a wire. So what I use is simple. You can get like special tools for this for electrical work, but I'm going to show you how to do it because I assume you need this this video because you're in a situation where you don't usually do this kind of stuff, so you're not going to have special tools for this purpose. So I use a pair of cutters, diagonal cutters preferably. I mean, you could use something else. I mean, something that can cut like this, like a cool pair of nail clippers. And then I use a box cutter. So you have two layers. You have an outer cape, and then each wire inside has some of its own insulation, so that they're being kept separate from one another. Very important. Very important. So yep. First, well, I'm actually going to use this piece for this. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to give this the same length as the last one, just for some good order. And so I take the the box cutter, and then I place it like that on my thumb, so I can kind of control the pressure onto the cape. Because what it is here is that it's important that you don't get all the way through to the wires. It's important that you don't make an incision with this knife into the next layer of insulation, into the smaller ones inside. That you only are like running like this knife on top of this cape, and not all the way through actually. And I'll show you. So like that. And try to get to the same spot as you were before, where you started. The next thing to do is that you kind of bend it like this, and see there, it kind of opens up. But until you get like super practice, see, I don't even have that kind of practice, then it will still be like closed in some of the spots. See there? So what you do there is that you kind of open it up as much as you can so you can see that area, and then you make a cut with the box cutter little by little. And you see, it takes so little pressure to actually do that. Oh, that's it. You're all the way through, and you can see how everything all the way around is like in very good shape on the inside. So now you only have to pull this cape off, and the wires are typically twisted inside. Many of them are, of these stranded low voltage or these kind of cords. So you'll have to like twist a little bit as you pull, like that. So this one here, I mean, I chose one that was kind of a pain. So this one has like both paper and like fabric. So here you can see how there's a twist in it. So if you untwist it, you'll get a little bit more space around the wires, and you can kind of get this to be separated. So you pull the wires away from the fabric and paper like that, like this, and then you cut the paper and fabric like that. Okay, so far so good. And see here, what's important, why we did all that is that we don't want to hurt the cape of this guy and this guy in here, because you see, if you made like a small incision there and you have several wires, if this gets a little bit humid, you might have like a little bit of power going between the wires depending on what you're running through them. And you could have, you know, some real issues, particularly if you're doing this in the yard or something like that. You want to make sure that this is really, really, really tight from humidity, and so no cuts in it. To get the end off, to make the real connection in the end, what I do is that I take the diagonal cutters, and you don't cut all the way through this cape. That's important, because if you do, then you hurt the copper inside. The strand might get weakened and after a while fully fall off. So you make like these tiny little bites just into the, like basically just making an indenture all the way around. That will weaken the cape that much. And what it also does is that it serves as like that indenture, is that your diagonal cutters will fit right in there, and then you hold still on the diagonal cutters. Don't make a cut, don't make it open. That's it takes a little bit of practice, and then you pull against with your hand. And that's how you get a nice, I mean, again, you can get like, you know, wire cutters and stuff, but I just assume that you're looking at this video because you need to cut this wire right now. So you got to do it with what you have, and so this is kind of cool. I think that you can do it with just like basically nearly a nail clipper and a box cutter, and do a fairly nice job. Ken from 10-Bit Repair Guide. Take care, guys.